Hello students, standard 6, the chapter number 12, 11 algebra. In this chapter we learn how to use letters as a variable, and using that letters we learn how to make the general rule for different part of the maths. Like in geometry, we find out the general formulas to find the perimeter and area of square, rectangle, circle, etc. Also we saw that in arithmetic we learn the numbers and their properties like associativity, commutativity, distributivity, etc. We also learn how to write down that in the terms of the letters, means the variables. So let us start exercise 11.1, 11.2. Question 1 said the side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. Express the perimeter of the equilateral triangle using L. Now as we know that perimeter is the length of boundary when we complete one revolution. So now an equilateral triangle has all three sides equal. So now perimeter of equilateral triangle is equal to side plus side plus side. So now all the sides which is given by L, right? So now all the sides are L, so L plus L plus L. So in short we can write down 3L. So the perimeter of an equilateral triangle having side L is given by the formula 3L. Second question, the side of a regular hexagon is described by L. Is denoted by L, denoted by L. Express the perimeter of the hexagon using L. So now perimeter of hexagon, not hexagon but regular hexagon. You know, most regular hexagon means all sides are equal. So E is equal to 6 multiplied by side. That is 6 multiplied by L. So the perimeter of hexagon, regular hexagon, can be expressed as 6L. Let's take the third question, in which a cube is a three-dimensional figure. A cube is a three-dimensional figure. It has 6 faces. Six faces, and all of them are identical squares. Identical squares. The length of an edge is given by L. And we have to find the formula. Find the formula for the total length of the edges of a cube. Now, as we learned, here we have to find the total length of the edges. So first we have to find or recall your memory, how many edges does a cube have? Or you can count also. 4 in the front, 4 at the back, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 12 edges. So you can write down a cube has 12 edges, all having equal length given by L. Therefore, total length of edges of cube is equal to 12 multiplied by length of edge, that is 12 multiplied by L. So it is given by 12L. So here when all the sides are equal, then only we have to multiply that given side by the number of edges. Here it was an equilateral triangle. So we have to multiply it with 3. So we get 3L. In hexagon there are 6 sides and each side of L length. So the perimeter will be 6L. Here in the cube there are 12 edges. So total length of the edges is given by 12L. Similarly, if there is a pentagon, regular pentagon or regular octagon, according to that, we can easily find the formula to find the perimeter of that. Now in question number 4, you can see that a circle is given. The diameter of a circle is a line which joins 2 points on the circle and also passes through the center of the circle. In figure, AB is the diameter of the circle, C is the center. Express the diameter of circle D in terms of its radius R. So we know that diameter is the line segment who is joining the 2 points and also it passing through the center. Now here AB is the diameter and CP is the radius. Now to find out the relation between diameter and radius, we must have the knowledge about it, that what is the relation between the diameter and the radius of a particular circle. So I hope you know that the diameter of a circle is twice the length of its radius. Means if radius is 5 centimeter, the diameter will be 10 centimeter, because diameter is always double of the radius. So now we can write down for any circle, the diameter is twice the radius. So diameter is equal to 2 times radius. Diameter is denoted by D, radius is denoted by R. So we get the relation D is equal to 2R. That is the relation between the diameter in the terms of the radius. So here we express the diameter in its radius, means D is equal to twice multiplied by R, 2 multiplied by R. So if we know the radius of the circle, any circle, just you have to put the value of radius here and you can find the diameter. If the radius is 10 centimeter, diameter is 2 times 10, that is 20 centimeter. And similarly, whatever is there, then you just have to multiply the radius by 2, then we will get the value of the diameter. Now the last question. Last question is very, very simple. So that last question, question number 5, we can do for a homework. Question 5 is for the homework. So you will do it yourself, because just like we learned in the last session about that distributivity and commutativity in terms of the A, B and C. Same way you have to express the given thing in the terms of the using A, B and C. So I hope it is the associativity of addition, so that you will write down yourself. So the exercise now is finished. Now we are going to learn about expressions with variables. In arithmetic, we are familiar with expressions. Expressions is the combination of the numbers using the 4 basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. For example, 2 multiplied by 100 plus 3 plus 10 multiplied by 4, 3 multiplied by 10 plus 5, you can have the division also, etc. So these are known as the variables, but that are arithmetic variables. I mean arithmetical expressions in which we didn't use any variables. But such expressions can be made using the variables also, and they are known as algebraic expressions. So in which we can use the numbers along with the variables, and same that we did in the arithmetical expression, we can use any of that 4 operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Actually, up to now, what did we do? We find some general rules in which we already used some algebraic expression. For example, what did we do when we find out the relation between diameter and radius? 2r, d is equal to 2r. What is 2r here? 2r is 2 multiplied by r. So here 2r is actually an algebraic expression. In the equilateral triangle with the side L, we saw that perimeter of it is 3L. Similarly, in that hexagon we write down 6L, etc. So that 3n, 6L, 2r, n plus 5, x minus 3, all are the algebraic expressions. So now how can we form algebraic expression? So the expression with variables can be obtained by using operations. Which operations? That 4 operations I told you: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. For example, if we talk about 3L, how can we form this expression? In which we have to multiply the variable L by 3. Similarly, n plus 5, in which what we have to do? We have to add 5 to the variable n. Similarly, how can we find x minus 3? We have to subtract 3 from the variable x. So, according to the situation given, we have to follow that situation, follow the instruction, and then you write down in terms of the variables. Then that is known as the algebraic expressions. Now the most important difference between the arithmetical and algebraic expression. Here we see that these arithmetical expressions, we can find the value of it, we can evaluate by doing the operation like 2 multiplied by 100, then 3 plus 10 multiplied by 4, and then together. We can evaluate it, right? But algebraic expressions like 3x plus 5, here we don't know the value of the x. What is x? It is a variable. It can take different values. So we cannot evaluate the algebraic expression. We can evaluate only when the value of x is given. Value of the variable used is given. For example, if only given 3x plus 5, we cannot evaluate. We can keep it as it is because it contains the variable x. But if you are told that the value of x is something like here, if the value of x is given, then we can evaluate. For example, I took x is equal to 3. So in place of x, we can put 3. Means 3 3s are 9 plus 5, then 14. So here the expression will have different values according to the value of the variable that is used. We will learn more about it in next session. So we are going to finish this video followed by the PDF, and any confusion write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.